quote we all know: whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. It also applies to being rich. There are so many people that are just lucky. They were born into the rich family or they win the lottery, and many of us have the other end of it. We have to work hard every single day just to make ends meet. Is that fair? Some get incredible opportunities and some get nothing. And who decides that? Well, the Millionaire Fastlane says we are our first enemy. If that is what you believe, that is what you will see day to day and will never get any opportunities. So the first thing you need to do is change that mindset. But by simply believing you will get rich, will that guarantee your success? Unfortunately, I do believe that it takes hard work to achieve things. But there's a difference between working hard yet still not seeing any opportunities and working smart in the right ways to finally break through. So let me show you how to get there. The first thing is to change your mindset. How you see life, money, and opportunity will determine your success. The problem is, a lot of people have a bad mindset and they have these limiting beliefs like, I am too old or too young or too uneducated to do this, or being rich is only for the lucky and you can only be born into it, or I tried this and I failed, that's why I will fail again. You know, our brain is a very powerful tool, but its first job is to protect us and to protect our beliefs. So if you say, I am just stupid, believe me, your brain will find reasons to prove you are right. If you believe you are unlucky, once again, your brain will convince you are correct. I love this study that shows it beautifully, so let me tell it to you. So there was a study of these women, researchers brought women into the lab and they said our experiment is to see whether people with scars will be treated unfairly. So what we're going to do, we're going to put fake makeup on you, like the special effects, to show some scarring or burns that are on your face and very visible and that many people could find uncomfortable to be around. And then after putting that, we will send you onto, a job interview and you will tell us how the people reacted, how you felt. Were you mistreated by any chance? Pretty much, did these facial characteristics impact your life in any way? And that is exactly what happened. But one thing the researchers did not tell the group of women is that after they did the makeup, they showed the women that this is what your face looks like. But before they left for their interviews, the researchers went ahead and just said, oh, hold on a minute, let me just fix it up a little bit, just fix it for you. But while they were fixing it, they actually removed all of the makeup that they did before. And so the women went to these interviews with their natural faces, not with scarrings that they thought they had. But an interesting thing, when they came back to the lab to give their feedback, all of them said, yes, the interviewers were definitely biased because of my scars. And I received some comments and questions about them. While, as we know, they didn't have any scars or any ugly appearance on them. That only shows you is that what you believe, you will look for signs to find that that is true. You see, these beliefs blur reality because you wouldn't see opportunities even if they were right in front of you. Many pilots and car racers know this as well. You need to focus on the road ahead. If you will start focusing on all these obstacles around and say, hey, I shouldn't hit that tree, I shouldn't go there, oh no, I need to make sure I don't go into that thing, somehow you will end up going there. Your brain will already try to go towards it, while what you need to do is focus on the path ahead of you. So what you can do to try to help yourself with those limiting beliefs is, if you see yourself saying something negative about yourself or about your life, first of all, question it. Challenge your assumption. Be like, am I correct? Is everybody in the same pool? Am I Why do I think the way that I do? Second, you need to replace negative self-talk with empowering beliefs. And as silly as it might sound, perhaps the meditations and the affirmations could help you get there. One thing I also heard that I thought was just brilliant, somebody said, don't say negative things about yourself, even if you're just, not saying it to anybody, just saying it out loud. Because the worst thing is that you yourself are listening. And when you are listening, your brain will start believing it and will start looking for reasons why that is true. But it's not only what we tell ourselves, it's also what we keep hearing around us. At one point it was believed that humans are not meant to fly and it was impossible to do so. And here we are now. The Wright brothers didn't listen to everybody and just invented the airplanes. So that shows that even when everybody believes something is true, that does not make it actually true. And do you know that according to physics, bees are not actually supposed to fly because their wings are not supposed to be able to support their body weight? So maybe that's a good thing. They cannot understand us and our limiting beliefs and fly anyway. So once you change your mindset or decide to change it, it's important to surround yourself with like-minded people. Find the information, resources, and new friends, new people that align with your new beliefs. Speaking of which, that's why you should subscribe to this channel, because we're trying to grow a community of like-minded people. So if any of this resonates with you, please do subscribe. So why would I bring up the community is because some of you might have family that says, what are you doing with your time? Are you stupid? Go find a job. You might have friends who laugh at your business ideas. And your community and society might just be saying, what are you doing? What are you dreaming about? Go find a safe job. The problem is, if you start internalizing those beliefs and those comments, you might stop doing what you want to be doing. You might start doubting yourself and quit before your idea has ever had a chance. And I know you can't always eliminate all the negativity of your life, but you can make sure it loses its power. For example, just tune it out. Stop looking for validation from people that are not there where you want to be. Stop looking for validation from people that just don't understand you. Let me read this quote from the book that I really like about this. We must not hear the naysayers because they have been conditioned by society. And if you think about it, majority of our society isn't rich or millionaires. So why would you want to have the same beliefs or the same systems as the rest of them? Another thing you could do to help yourself with limiting beliefs is convert the criticism into fuel. If somebody says negative about your business idea, internally say, F you, I'm going to prove you that I am right. Or use that criticism into a fuel in a gym. Pretty much make that into your inspiration. And then guess what? They were trying to criticize you by hoping you'd stop doing what you're doing, yet that backfired. And one of the best things you can do is surround yourself with like-minded people, the ones who support ambition rather than tearing it down. And if you don't know of anybody in your direct circle, you can start with online forums or YouTube channels that are about a topic that you enjoy, or Discord channels, or any other little groups and communities and gatherings. They don't even have to know what your business idea is about, but as long as they're about the same principles, like working hard on the life that you will want to live, or not coming home after work and just watching TV to be numb, but rather putting that time into making your life better. How somebody said, using your 5 to 9 p.m. as a time to get out of that cycle. That way, that community could uplift you and you could even set goals with them and make sure you get those goals and get those points. And they could keep you, I forgot the word for a second, accountable. Tell me if that's the right word, because I think I'm still thinking of something else. You know, if you watched my previous videos about the book or the Millionaire Fastlane lifestyle, if not, don't worry, I'm going to link it somewhere down or up there or somewhere. Well, the point is that Azur from the pyramid story followed conventional wisdom. He was praised by everybody around him for working hard and just getting to it, you know, doing what everybody else believed you needed to do. While Chuma was working on his little machine, other people ridiculed him, but he was able to ignore it. He knew that at the end of the day, when the machine was done, he would be much better off. So he was able to ignore the ridicule, continue with his vision, and in the end, he completed the pyramid faster and smarter. You know, the road to wealth will always have critics that are against you. So you need to learn how to ignore them and use that as your fuel and to know what your truth is. So if you would like to be part of the community of like-minded people, make sure to subscribe and perhaps comment down below if you had any thoughts or ideas or what you're working on or who you want to support. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one.